How did I find out I had a massive tumor in my chest and cancer at 18 years old? I've had a lot of questions. Here's my story, pretty condensed. Starting in April of 2025, I started experiencing a cough. From there, I had night sweats, fever, chills, and some rapid weight loss. The night sweats, fevers, and chills would be kind of on random nights on a weekly basis. Wasn't every single night. The weight loss really got bad about a month before I was diagnosed. Once I had this cough that wouldn't go away, my mom wanted to take me to a pulmonologist or a lung doctor. So they did a chest x-ray, and after the chest x-ray, the radiologist kind of looked at me and he goes, "Yeah, the doctor normally call in a few days, but if it's serious, he'll call very soon." And that kind of freaked me out. I was like, why would he say that? So 20 minutes later, driving down the road, driving home, I get a call from the lung doctor saying, "Hey, you have what looks like is a mass in your chest. Not sure what it is. We need CT scan, blood work, etc." Got CT scan, kept going back for blood work over and over because certain markers were being hit, so they would have to do more blood work, etc. Now, the CT scan revealed about a 5 by 6 inch mass in between my heart and my lungs. So once they figured out about this mass, I would pretty much go to the hospital every day for different forms of testing. On my final day, they did an echo, which they found some not very good stuff. They found I had a bunch of fluid surrounding my heart, and I had to stay at the hospital and have surgery relatively quickly. So they did what's called a pericardial centesis, and they pretty much get a super long syringe or in a tube, and there's a pocket surrounding your heart that's filled with fluid to help your heart not get irritated when it pumps. Mine had way too much fluid, so as you can imagine, the surgery was very painful because they could not sedate me because of the amount of fluid around my heart. It would be too dangerous. So that was probably the worst pain of my life. A few days later, my biopsy came back, so I was still in the hospital for all this time. My biopsy came back, and I was officially diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. I started chemo a few days later. So I did 8 rounds of pretty intensive chemo. It was every 2 weeks I would go in for an infusion. And that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done, to be honest with you. Keep in mind, in August I was supposed to go off to college. Obviously I couldn't. I got diagnosed in July, so finally finished chemo in November. Then I started radiation in December. I did 18 rounds of radiation. My last PET scan looked decent. I still had a 4 on the scale they use, 5 being the worst, but they think that was because of inflammation from chemo. Technically, I was supposed to wait to get my port out until I got my final PET scan, but it was bothering me, so I got it out. So I will get a PET scan at the end of April to see how everything is. So for now, I'm chilling at college, living life, doing my best to rebuild.